Going on, guys? So I haven't done a video in a little while because a lot of things to do, like I said before. So I'm actually back at it for a new video for you guys today, and today I will be sharing my thoughts on this brand new roller coaster opening down at Kings Island in Mason, Ohio. I'm kind of like one mile far away from that place. Like I'd probably say like several miles away, so that's too far away for me to ride it. However, this is a coaster coming to Kings Island in 2020. Now you may wonder why this coaster looks weaker, because actually the height of this coaster is probably around 289 feet. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the drop is actually 300 feet tall. So people say that this may be the weaker B&M Gigas out there coming, opening next year. So why is it actually 289 feet? Why didn't they make it taller? Well, I've heard a couple of reasons why they don't want this coaster to break this record. Probably because Cedar Point is just up north and they don't want to touch Cedar Point or beat Cedar Point. Probably because of marketing purposes, is my guess, or maybe they have some rules to follow, maybe some regulations that they cannot do, so stuff like that, because Millennium Force is already 310 feet, and that's the closest Giga you ever get to Ohio, but it's not even a B&M Giga, that's an Intamin Giga. This one's a B&M Giga, but still, they still don't want to break records, probably due to marketing purposes, or maybe regulations here and there. Sorry if you hear cars like zooming out in the background. That's because I'm doing it outside. I don't want to do it at home because I go home really like midnight already, and so I want to like get everything done by the time I get home so that I can go to bed and watch a bit of TV. Okay, so speaking of the coaster, so it looks like the speed is up to I forgot the speed, but I think 95 miles per hour is my guess, or 90 miles per hour, or 76 miles per hour. So this isn't that fast, but I think 76 miles per hour is what I heard. So it's still a decent speed of a roller coaster, but like if you take like the height and the drop at the same time, the drop is actually 300 feet because there's some terrain at the other end of the land. So they've been clearing some land and now they're doing vertical construction. I saw online that they've started to build up the lift hill and the brake run for the end of the ride. So it's looking to be awesome for Kings Island, but like I said, this is not my home park, so I wouldn't be really hyped about it. Yeah, I like the color scheme though. It's blue and white. We haven't seen a true dark blue B&M Giga. I mean, we've seen at Cedar Point, but we haven't seen it on a B&M. But at least we've seen it in a B&M. But we've seen one on an Intamin Giga, which is Millennium Force. Actually, the Millennium Force color is more like a navy blue. Correct me if I'm wrong. It looks more like a navy blue. This one looks more like a a blue raspberry type of blue or something. But it looks cool. It looks like it's gonna totally dominate the skyline for Kings Island. So now they have the Windseeker, the B&M Giga Orion, and then they're gonna have Diamondback a little bit, probably Mystic Timbers, Banshee, their drop tower, and the Eiffel Tower will be icon of the park. So all those would really turn out to be awesome for Kings Island. They're gonna change their skyline over the coming years, especially if they're adding this B&M Giga. It's gonna really touch their skyline and look a little different than before. And remember, now Kings Island have 3 B&M coasters: Orion, Banshee, and Diamondback. Diamondback is a B&M Hyper, so yeah, it's gonna be a little bit different, but it's pretty similar because of the airtime. So it is really cool that Kings Island is finally getting a new coaster. So yeah, but I heard they're removing a roller coaster Vortex, and we're gonna be talking about that probably next week. we're gonna talk about what could possibly replace it and stuff like that. But that won't come until next week or something. So yeah, Orion is one of the coasters that it was rumored to that'd be a B&M Giga. However, I've heard that also been rumored that they wanted the name Polaris, but it looks like they didn't choose that because it wouldn't really match with the theme, right close to Flight of Fear. Because Flight of Fear is probably a space theme, so they were thinking, oh, you know what, let's match it with the space theme, and we will change it to Orion because that's the name of a meteor or a comet, whatever you call that. So then they chose that name, and it definitely fits with the theme. So that's probably why they chose Orion instead of Polaris. But anyways, it's still a good coaster. So uh, yeah, it still looks like a B&M Giga, but it should be fun to ride, but not really the best Giga out there. Uh, not among the top three. Fury 3 to 5, Leviathan. What else? And this one, I think. So I think this one will be in third place. I think the first one will be probably Fury 3 to 5, and probably the second place is probably Leviathan, but we don't know because I haven't ridden any of the Gigas. But I heard some coaster enthusiasts said it was so they're all fun. Those two are fun to ride, so definitely this will be fun. But of course, everybody would like Fury and Leviathan a lot better than this one. But you never know when this ride officially opens for next year. But it looks really, really unique for their skyline. It looks unique with the color scheme at all. Also, it really pops. It really looks nice. Uh, they're using totally all blue. They're not putting any color on the strip like what they did to Fury with lime green on the bottom. This one is just a normal track, but there's nothing on the bottom of the strip. So it looks like this one is completely a bit different than the other ones. I mean, look, Leviathan looks like it's also true teal or aqua. There's no little color on the bottom, so only Fury has. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it still looks like a great ride. Good amount of floater and ejector air, and some moments where you're underneath the lift hill, and that helix though looks really, really different than what we've seen in the animation and throughout the. Hopefully, in real life, it's gonna look a lot more cool and adorable looking. So we're hoping that will look cool in person though. But of course, it will look better in real life than in the animation, of course. But maybe the speed might be different, but you never know. But mostly the coasters between the animation and real life, they're actually almost about the same. The only difference is the color is kind of like darker. Look what happened to Banshee. In the animation it looks brighter, but in the real life it's darker, so the color is kind of faded out. However, it's still a good coaster. I do like the color schemes of their B&M, red, blue, and magenta. They look pretty cool. So yeah, I don't know what's gonna be their next B&M. Probably something along the line. Maybe their next coaster is gonna replace Vortex. You never know what kind of coaster will replace it. I hope they're not gonna put they're not gonna put Dinosaurs Alive. I think they already have Dinosaurs Alive, but it would be really stupid if they expanded Dinosaurs Alive, but I don't think so. Hopefully not. That's not the case. I'm not sure what Kings Island will do, but we'll see what happens. And they also removed the volcano blast coaster King's Dominion, but they haven't used that land yet, so we're hoping a new coaster will take its spot for King's Dominion. So good luck to King's Dominion for their next coaster. But since they're getting this coaster next year, it'll probably be later down the line for their next coaster to replace Vortex. So we'll have to wait and see. I possibly think that it will probably be in 2023 or 2025. But most likely, I think it's going to be 2023 is my guess. So, or 2025, my bad. No, actually it's 2023. But I don't want to be sound like I'm proven wrong. But I'm just guessing that possibly their next coaster may be 2023. So we'll keep you posted on that. We'll see how the coaster will be and stuff like that. But that's all I have my thoughts about this new Giga coaster Orion coming to Kings Island in 2020. What are your thoughts about this Giga? Is Kings Island your home park? Are you excited to ride this? Do you think this is gonna be the best Giga um, among the three? So comment down below and tell me what you guys think. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.